2022 was an exciting year for the Kia Carnival, the flagship redesign of their general utility vehicle, as they call it. Some call it a minivan. I would say it's somewhere in between. The general utility vehicle came in with a bang, a pretty modernized styling. A lot of people were fans of what they did, started to really transition and revolutionize that segment. It was kind of getting a little bit boring, a little bit saturated with the same type of stuff. And first we sort of saw Tesla, bring in the Model X, which is essentially just a raised minivan type of vehicle platform. And here we're going to be talking about what we can expect for the 2024 Kia Carnival. In terms of the design, I would expect some updates for sure, a little facelift, some updates to the front end potentially. I wouldn't say it's a full redesign. As I mentioned, it did undergo some significant styling improvements just a couple years ago now, and usually within 5 years we see Kia sort of adjust that segment. And sort of what we are seeing with the Kia EV9 styling, some prototypes have been spotted of the new Carnival, and we see that the front end grille is similar to that of the EV9. So what we saw in the previous gen of the Carnival, which I was personally a fan of, I really liked the front end grille, thought it was pretty modernized, updated, and aging well. But at the same time, I understand where they're going. They have to modernize the lineup a little bit, and they don't want to leave the Carnival behind. It definitely is turning out to be a bestseller in North America, throughout many of the markets there. And people are really appreciating, not only the fact that it's a good looking vehicle, but it has that functionality. You can have, some people say, up to 11 seats in there, 3 rows of seating, no problem. And it's a very functional and practical car. In terms of the powertrain, we're actually expecting to have a hybrid powertrain as well this time around. So we see the Kia Sorento, and we're expecting the turbocharged 1.6 GDI engine that delivers around 180 horsepower, could be a little bit higher, and an electric motor could add to that to make it around 250 horsepower. Despite the plug-in hybrid, Kia, might go all in and add some other powertrain options for us there. I think that they've obviously been one of the companies that have been pushing the EVs the hardest, but again, that's going to pay off in different aspects. And I think once they start hybridizing some of these powertrains with their electric motor technology, they're going to be even better, even more efficient, and just a win-win for everybody, offering different types of engines. But again, in terms of that interior, I don't think there's going to be much different there for the 2024 year. Some minor facelift updates, like I said, to the exterior design and maybe the powertrain, but interior wise, I would expect much of the same. You can have different configurations depending on the trim level that you get, and different finishes. We have quite high-end leathers and cloth if you want to not spend the same amount, but again, slightly maybe improved infotainment as well. Even in the 2022 model, it really wasn't that behind in terms of the technology. The screen was pretty large even in the 2022 model, so if they get a little bit of an update there, from the updated Genesis and Kia models, that could be a possibility. But again, the main updates would probably be some styling and some powertrain. And again, if you want that extra seating, you can have up to 4 rows, which again is exciting.